Good morning, ma'am.
Hello? Yeah.
Yes,
Can you
ma'am.
hear me? Akshay, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Cool. Without any further delay,
Ma'am, you are not the host.
I'm not the host, no,
Mhm.
because I told her I'll join by 9:45, so probably she would have been waiting or something. I don't know. Okay, meanwhile, I want you to read the textbook before coming for every class for whatever topic we are discussing.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Randomly, one day I'll ask you questions. Really, if I don't get an answer, I'll give you imposition only. And I'm very serious
You'll
about
kick
it,
me
okay?
out.
Huh?
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. If you don't develop the habit of reading a textbook, making sure each and every diagram and everything in the textbook is like on your fingertip, I don't know. Forget about getting into any college. I don't know about other subjects, but bio textbook is damn important.
Okay, ma'am.
Mhm. Okay. So you have a reproduction chapter as a part of your curriculum, no? Like, I mean, for your exams,
In
no?
12th. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, she made me the host. One second. Reproduction, the parent, what is the name of
Biomolecules.
I'll ask you a few questions.
Ha.
What more?
Now wait. The textbook and then start yours.
These are AIPMT questions.
Ma'am?
These are like, once again, अच्छा आगे तो कोई संसार हुआ क्या Okay, so my first question is, I'm asking from human reproduction, okay?
From
Once, you know how my laptop responds, no?
ma'am, share off screen.
No way. The answer is mark. Okay. Fine. This is a very commonly repeated question, okay? Listen to the question. Fetal ejection reflex in
Hmm.
human female is induced by
What?
fetal ejection reflex
Hmm.
in
Hmm.
human female is induced by
Options?
differentiation of mammary glands, pressure exerted by amniotic fluid, release of oxytocin from pituitary, fully developed fetus and placenta. You seem to be blanked. What happened? Akshay, are you there?
Ma'am?
Are you there?
Ma'am, can you
Wait,
hear me?
I found a question which does not have a. Okay, I'll share the screen.
Okay, ma'am.
Can you see the 163rd question?
163rd.
Oh.
Yes, ma'am.
What is the answer?
Fetal ejection reflex, ma'am, it is induced by
Oh.
uh, release of oxytocin from pituitary.
How
I've
does
never.
pituitary know that it has to release oxytocin?
What?
What? It has to release oxytocin. 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 What? It has to release oxytocin See, what does oxytocin do?
It's a hormone.
What does it do?
A release of the fetal ejection reflex it induces.
No,
Ha!
no. See, basically, oxytocin will act on the myometrium, okay? And you know what myometrium is, no?
Yes, ma'am. It is the uterine wall.
Which wall? Outside, inside, middle?
It is the middle.
Okay, what is it made up of?
Huh? Some uterine muscles or something. That's all.
So basically, it is made up of muscles. So it will contract and relax for the
Yeah, oxytocin helps in
parturition.
contraction and relaxation
Yes,
during
that
birth.
is done by oxytocin. Okay, but when does the oxytocin pituitary know? There should be some signal that is going from the uterus to the brain. No, that
Hmm.
is done by the developed fetus.
Hmm.
So the fetal ejection reflex starts with the fetus,
Hmm.
not from the brain directly.
Oh, so it's fully developed fetus.
That is why it is called as a reflex. No,
Hmm.
where the problem starts, that is where the reflex also starts.
Okay, so fully developed fetus in placenta.
Okay, please don't forget this. Very commonly, you will see in many papers. Okay. Again, the next 164th question. What should be the answer?
Childbirth.
Childbirth. Very good. I'll tell
Father
you.
of modern biology.
What?
Who is the father of modern biology? Embryology. Oh.
Embryology, not biology. Not an
It's not,
important
it's
question.
not
I'm
Robert
skipping
Hooke.
it.
It is not Robert Hooke. It is not Aristotle.
Uh,
It should
not
be
Hegel also. It's Von Baer.
Von Baer. Okay.
Okay. See, these are all not like important ones. So I'm just skipping them.
What website is this, ma'am? Info at
It's
Motion.
not a website, motion, no motion classes.
No.
So Byju's has taken over motion. So their notes are there, no?
Hmm.
We are taking their notes and then we are modifying. There are a lot of errors in this. Crappy errors in this. Their solution are all scrappy. So we are modifying it. So I thought, okay, yesterday I was doing this chapter, so I thought I'll just discuss with you a few important questions from here.
Motion Quota. Best coaching in Quota.
Yeah, like now they are no more a separate entity. They are a part of Byju's.
Oh, AIMS NEET 10th level.
AIPMT NEET, yes. Like this is one of the factories in Kota.
Factory. Oh.
Yeah, Kota is a factory for all the JE and NEET students.
What? Factory meaning?
Factory as in people go there only for this purpose. Kota is famous. Kota means it's for NEET and JE. You didn't know that?
Where is Quota?
Rajasthan. You really didn't know this?
No.
Oh crap. Seriously.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Kota will have, Allen and all, no?
Hmm.
So all these institutes, their
Yeah,
foundation
I
is
know,
from
I know, I
Kota.
know. Narayana and all takes students for hostel to Kota for the
Uh,
topper.
Narayana is not in Kota. Narayana is Andhra related, no?
No, somewhere I don't know, but someone takes all these like topper students to a hostel before the
Ah,
exam, and then
that
they.
is there in Dindikal and then in this one, Andhra. But what I'm talking about is Kota. Like all North kids know,
Hmm.
what they generally do is like most of them who are very ambitious to get into all these things,
Hmm.
they get admitted in these institutes. These institutes will have tie up with schools. So
Hmm.
hardly they will study anything about CBSE during the few final days of their CBSE, 12th standard. They will study the CBSE portion.
Hmm.
Until then, they will focus only and only on the JE training. So such kids will not know. Like you will solve maths stepwise. No,
Hmm. They will solve in 2 steps.
they'll solve it quick and they'll find it difficult to write the theory exam because they won't know how to write the steps.
Hmm.
So that's quota. So quota is actually called as this
Is
one.
it
Okay, what
normal?
is the site of fertilization in mammals?
Ma'am, what? What?
Question number 125.
Site of fertilization is fallopian tube.
Where in fallopian tube?
Ah,
That's also a very commonly asked question.
what will be the options for that?
All the regions of fallopian tube. What are the 3 regions of fallopian tube?
That I only forgot. If I revise, I'll know.
So remember this from now on. Ampulla isthmus region.
Oh yeah, ampulla isthmus. A junction is where the fallopian this thing.
Okay. Then what is polyspermy?
Multiple one this thing, but multiple fusions.
One which thing da?
One egg,
Mm,
but multiple sperm.
okay. Which is called as a pregnancy hormone?
Pro- progestin. What? Wait. Estrogen.
Progesterone. Estrogen is there in normal female also.
I was gonna say
Who's not pregnant. So progesterone is released. When is from where is progesterone released?
by one gland.
What gland that is?
Ma'am, it's not if I had revised and come, I would have known.
You should know mine on your tips, fingertips. This is a very important unit from where you can expect a lot of questions again.
Yes, ma'am.
Mm.
Which gland?
Stop Googling. I can see your screen changing.
I'm not. What?
You're Googling.
You want me to share my screen?
No need. Now tell me.
How is my screen changing? You tell me, ma'am, first.
Tell me, what's the answer?
That even I don't know.
Corpus luteum.
But where's the question? There's no question only.
I am asking you the question.
Corpus luteum.
Corpus luteum is another name.
Let me revise and
It's
come.
also called a temporary endocrine gland.
Okay, ma'am. Let me revise and come tomorrow. Tomorrow.
That's not an issue. I don't have I don't know when I will take this up. So I'm just giving you all the important questions, which generally I've seen in many papers. Okay? Don't forget them after this. I don't know to what extent or to what depth you have learned. So I can't. What do you mean by microlecithal eggs?
Huh? I haven't heard till now.
See, the eggs that are formed, no. They will be it'll have yolk, right? Based on the amount of yolk and where it is located, you can classify the egg. A very little amount of egg yolk in the egg is called as microlecithal.
But this one is not there in textbook for human reproduction.
Not there in the textbook, but these were all asked.
There
in other exams, in AIPMD, JIPMER and all. So it's better to be ready for it.
These things are, this microlecithal eggs are not there in textbook, no?
No, they're not there in textbook. But that doesn't mean you will not have a knowledge on it. Okay?
Because I've never heard of this term before.
Yeah. Human beings have alecithal egg. That means we don't have any egg.
Yeah.
Sorry, yolk.
We don't have egg only.
We don't have egg also. We don't have yolk also. Okay? So these are the few things. I don't think there is anything else I want to ask you. Rest all, I think if you... what is the name of the mitochondria in human sperm? How is the mitochondria in human sperm present? Is it in the normal shape?
No, that much I know. It is not in normal shape.
Then, which shape?
I'll give options, ma'am.
That I don't know. It's easy only. So I'm not going to give you an option here.
One day I'll revise and come. That day you ask me all questions. I will answer.
Hold right, po.
Now I don't know.
One day will never come. Tell
Tomorrow
me.
only you ask me.
Oh no, tell me.
I only don't know.
It's in spiral shape, no. If you think about the shape of the sperm in the center mid piece.
That is only in spiral shape.
That's mitochondria. And it's called Neburn kern.
Neburn kern, yeah.
You know?
I've heard it. I've heard that.
You're in 12th only, no?
Yes, ma'am.
I really wonder, are you in 12th or not?
Ma'am, don't worry, ma'am. We revise and come. Before I have biology pre-board next week. For that, I'll fully study. After my biology...
That's the whole point I'm trying to make you understand. That will not work. That means you are not ready for the NEET. That's what I'm telling. Yeah. Why do you think I'm randomly picking up questions? Trying to make you understand once you learn something, Please do not forget them, and it should not be like you're going to revise it later on.
Okay, ma'am.
I don't know. Otherwise, there's no point, I'm telling you. We can just forget about everything. So please do not, you don't have time to forget things. Oh, இன்னைக்கு ஒரு chapter படிக்கிறேன்னா, make sure if you're preparing for your school exam, don't prepare like you're preparing for just your theory. Prepare as if you're preparing for your NEET. That would cover your theory too. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Clear. Hey, why is this getting hanged, man? Just a second, let me open this. Okay. Okay. There was a species, okay, of plant that was discovered near the Dead Sea. Do you know the name of the species of the plant which was discovered? And it is said to have like near the King Herod's palace, near the Dead Sea. Do you know the answer to this?
What plant, ma'am?
It is a angiosperm.
I've never heard of it.
You never heard of it? Go to your textbook, go to the chapter sexual reproduction. Towards the end, you will find the answer for this. It's called
Oh.
Phoenix dactylifera.
Is it in that more to know?
No, it's there in your textbook itself.
Oh, Phoenix what?
Phoenix dactylifera.
Oh,
Where is Lupinus articus excavated from?
where is Lupinus?
Articus.
Ma'am, let me revise and come, ma'am.
This is also in your textbook. Next, I'll ask you one more question. Okay. Tell me some plants which contain very large number of seeds.
Very large number of
Seeds.
seed. Watermelon. A plant. So I can't name like a fruit.
You can name.
Watermelon.
Huh?
Watermelon.
No.
Large number of seeds.
No. That's not even, does it have thousands of seeds?
No.
I'm talking about, when I say large number, I'm talking about thousands of seeds. Not randomly some plant with just few seeds. I'll also tell you one more thing. It is parasitic in nature.
Large number of seeds and parasitic.
It's called Orobanche striga. Orobanche is one and another is striga.
What is the common name?
Like
what is the common name?
That you need to find out. But what is given in your textbook? This paragraph is right above the apomixis and polyembryony paragraph. Now you understood how the same question, not for NEET, it came for one of the pre-boards in one, like last year for one of the students I taught. And that's exactly how I got to know that, okay, that important to read the textbook. Now next is up to you. Even if you forget this, you don't even know that this exists in the textbook, Ra. That's the thing I'm trying to make you understand.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, I never knew the Phoenix this thing existed in the textbook.
So when you're reading for your exam, please make sure you're reading it such a way that you're covering each and every term.
Yes.
Don't skip best because it's given in bold or some other italics or something, okay? Don't do that.
Okay, ma'am.
Let me just open the PPT. I think we had to start with this one. Okay, so I'll just tell you the first type of classification in carbohydrates that we'll be looking into. Okay, so carbohydrates can have either aldehyde group or a ketone group. What is an aldehyde group?
Aldehyde is C double bond O and H connected to one side. Ketone is C double bond O and C connected to one side and C connected to another side.
Yeah, CHO is basically aldehyde and C double bond O is ketone. Okay, so when we talk about the ones, those carbohydrates which basically has aldehyde as their group, they are called as aldoses.
Aldo?
Aldoses.
Aldosis.
Those that have ketone as their group, then they are called as ketosis.
Ketosis.
So that's the first classification.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, wow. See, as soon as the session is over, no, up away I will download and I'll send you the.
Ma'am, for cell and cell cycle.
And that's what. So today I'll do it for this biomolecule and cell cycle after the class. Okay. Where is it? Where is it? Is this the one? Is this the one? So the structures which are given in your textbook, those structures are important to learn. Okay.
I have to like learn to draw all those structures.
You don't need to learn to draw. If you look at the structure, you should be able to identify what it is.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I can classify the carbohydrates based on the number of carbon atom, based on the functional group. If it is based on the functional group, then it is aldoses and ketoses. If it is based on the number of carbon atom, then you can say it as triose, 3 carbon atom, tetrose, 4 carbon atom, pentose, 5 carbon atom, and hexose is 6
But
carbon
this is
atom.
only for monosaccharides.
Yeah. Of course, it can be only for monosaccharides. No, I can't classify disaccharides like that. Because disaccharides are at the end of the day combination of monosaccharides. Yes. Okay. And the general formula for this one is CnO2n and HN. So anything that you put in carbon number.
Yeah. So if 3 carbons are there will be 6 oxygens.
Correct.
And 3 hydrogens.
Yeah. Okay. So let's just go through it.
This we did last class.
Secondary metabolite, no?
Did
you learn the tabular column?
No.
I know you didn't.
I'm fully hardcore studying physics.
Okay. Yeah.
First exam.
This is what I said. Can you see the image there? CHO and
C double bond O C.
Yeah. So basically, if you talk about the structure of your carbohydrates, you can draw them in two structures. One is open form, another is ring form. The one that we are seeing now is the open form.
Open form.
Okay. So based on this, you can classify it as aldose and a ketose. So when you talk about glucose and fructose, both have 6 carbon and their chemical formula is the same. C6H12O6 is for glucose as well as fructose. But the difference lies in the group that they have. Glucose is an aldose, fructose is a ketose. Okay. So remember this. Glucose is a
aldose.
And fructose is a
ketose.
Ketose. Okay. Then, come to the next slide. Yeah. So as I said, this will be your general formula. Okay. So CnH2ON. Okay. I think that is not something that is very difficult to remember. Okay. Now, when you talk about all the other this one, all the like tetros or trios or anything, any carbohydrate for that matter, if you put the number of carbon in it, what will happen is that you can find out the general formula. But the thing is that there are two particular monosaccharides which do not follow the general formula, and that is basically called as rhamnose and deoxyribose.
Hmm.
Okay, see, in deoxyribose, how many carbon?
5.
5. So technically, what should it be? It's if you apply in the general formula, what should it be? Is general
5
formula?
carbons and 5 H2O molecules.
So it should be C5H10O5, no?
Hmm.
But how many O's are here?
4.
So it is an exception. Same way, rhamnose C6H12. It should also be like a glucose, but it is not. What is it?
O5 is there.
Understood. So these are the exceptions to the general formula. What are
Yes.
the two monosaccharides which are exceptional to general formula?
Rhamnose and deoxyribose.
So in each of the case, what you need to remember is
Ma'am, like one oxygen less, like CN,
mm,
H2, and O is N minus 1.
and also rhamnose is a hexose. That means it has 6 carbon. Deoxyribose is a pentose that has 5
Pentose,
carbon.
that's 5 carbons.
Okay. Uh, okay. What's the answer to this?
The most abundant biomolecules on Earth, carbohydrates, are synthesized by uh, bacteria, algae, and green plants.
Some bacteria,
Yeah,
algae,
that's our third option. Yeah.
some bacteria, as in we are talking about the photosynthetic bacteria. Okay, then carbohydrates, if you keep joining them, okay, their monomer is called as monosaccharide.
Hmm.
Two monosaccharides together will form disaccharide.
That's
Yes.
three.
No, like if I have like say 3 to 10 carbohydrate units, that is monosaccharides, then I can call it as oligosaccharide.
There are multiple oligosaccharides.
No, more than 10 monosaccharides is there means then it's called polysaccharide.
Okay.
Okay, so remember this 3 to 10 in
It's
number. If I have,
oligosaccharide.
it's oligosaccharide. More than 3 to 10 means it's polysaccharide.
Hmm.
So till now, what are the names you studied? What's the first classification?
Aldose ketose based on the group.
Based on the group. Example for one example for aldose.
Fructose. Sorry, fructose is ketose.
Mm.
Aldose is glucose.
Okay, and what are the exceptions to the general formula?
Rhamnose and deoxyribose.
Okay, then let's go to each one of them separately. So when you talk about monosaccharides, okay, so monosaccharides are the monomer units. Okay, now they are the building blocks of the carbohydrates. Fine. So when
Hmm.
you talk about monosaccharides, based on the number of carbon atom, monosaccharides
So
can
yeah,
be
triose is 2, triose is 3, tetrose 4, pentose 5, hexose 6.
okay. Uh, so when you talk about triose, as example, glyceraldehyde. Where did we learn about this glyceraldehyde?
In what is that chapter called? Respiration in plants.
Correct. In glycolysis, we learned,
Yeah,
right? So
respiration.
glyceraldehyde has only 3 carbon.
3 carbons.
Okay. Next is like, okay. So basically, there are two forms of glyceraldehyde: L-glyceraldehyde and D-glyceraldehyde. Okay. So it's called, L stands for levorotatory,
Yeah, levorotatory, dextrorotatory.
dextrorotatory.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's just the how
Isomer.
the
Or,
molecules are placed.
yeah.
Okay. So if you see here, in the case of glyceraldehyde, OH is towards the right side.
Mm.
But in the case of L-glyceraldehyde, OH is towards the left side. Okay, so that is why. So the essence, if OH is towards the left side, it is L-glyceraldehyde. If OH is towards the right side, it is D-glyceraldehyde.
Mm.
Okay. Now, by looking at this formula, tell me glyceraldehyde is an aldose or a ketose?
It is aldose.
Okay, very good. Next, uh, So basically, what are the DLL forms? You can be
Yeah, they're mirror images of each other.
they are rotatory mirror images.
Ma'am, that means there's a mistake in the previous one.
In which one?
The previous slide. Because they're complete mirror. Go like 1 second, can you go to previous slide?
No, if I take that and if I superimpose on each other, they will get superimposed. Then
No,
mirror
ma'am. Like, no, 1 second, like previous slide, that L and D.
with what is wrong?
Ma'am, see, it is a mirror image of each other. So, according to the thing, the C double bond O should also be on the left hand side.
No, no. When we were only concerned about the OH group there,
Oh, okay.
not the entire thing.
Ma'am, generally they're mirror completely this thing, no, ma'am, mirrors of each other. They won't be superimposable.
Yeah, here also they will be superimposed only,
No, they
no?
won't be because when you keep it on each other, the H will come on OH.
Yeah. They are mirror images, no?
So it won't be superimposable.
Yeah, if I rotate them and keep, they will be superimposable,
Yeah,
no?
if you rotate, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I
But
took
won't the C double bond O also come to the left, hydrogen go to the right? Because they're complete mirror images.
Yeah, correct. So in when it comes to the OH group alone, if you see when I rotate it, they'll get superimposed.
Hmm.
Okay, not the entire image though. Okay. Uh yeah, so
Ma'am,
that's
see
what we
here, entire thing gets this thing.
see in this image also if you see, it's just the OH and H, like there are only two molecules, one red
Ma'am,
and
even the gray, everything gets mirrored if you see in the mirror image.
yeah, that's what. But the top one remains the same.
Yeah, in that the top one is
Is
CH2OH. No.
CHO split. Yeah, so it will get rotated. But this image is correct only. There is nothing wrong in it. Wait. Let me just. I don't want to. Now you also confused me.
Because if with L and D, usually in chemistry also, if they tell find L isomer, we switch the whole thing.
I'm not sure. One second. Because as far as I know, it is OH alone we are talking about. So don't be bothered.
Ma'am, put L and put that.
See, I was right. Here we are splitting C double bond. Oh no.
Ma'am, see it is OCH3, OCH and CHO.
CH2OH has gone to that side.
Yeah, so that I was right. The double bond also goes off.
Yeah, but if you are writing it as just a CHO,
No,
okay,
like see, they've written CHO and O.
CH2OH. See the above image, A image.
Ma'am, then what is the difference between A and B? In B,
The
everything gets switched.
difference between A and B is that they have rearranged the this one molecule. So basically, the focus is on OH and H.
But
Okay,
in B, they've changed CHO also to OHC. So ulta.
that is what. So it is not like you don't like need to see basically what is attached to the carbon is OH here, right? O and H. So they have just changed it in the bottom image to show you the mirror image. But it is also correct to write it as the option A is what they're trying to tell.
Okay.
The representation wise, this is fine. This is correct.
But if you show the bonds actually switch.
Yeah, it is like it is understood kind of a thing. When I write CHO on both the sides, in
Yeah,
L
but in the diagram in the PPT, like the bond is shown, right? So the bond means it should actually be switched.
okay.
If you
In the
write it like
bond one,
CHO, yeah, then it won't make
yeah,
it.
okay, fine, agreed. Got it.
See, ma'am.
Yeah, but
But
still,
here they didn't
here,
switch.
have a look here at this image. They have not reversed the bond.
So mean they are
I'm
such.
telling you, no, it's just the up and bottom is understood. What you need to focus on is the OH and H.
Okay.
Okay, that is what is going to make a significant change.
Oh, dihydroxyacetone phosphate.
Because I'll tell you, CCHO here is considered as one single entity. So this way or that way, by using that alone, you can't find out whether it's levo or desto. It's what makes you clear cut that is levo or desto is your OH group. That's why we are only
Because
concerned
OH
about
and
that.
H are non-identical groups. If they switch, we'll get to know.
So that's the reason why we are focusing on that. Understood?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, this motion classes starts from grade 5.
Yeah. Foundation classes also they have from 6th
Yeah,
standard.
like my physics teacher told he was teaching for this Narayana. They'll take 11th grade and 12th grade basics from 8th grade only.
Yeah.
By 10th grade, they will know full 11th grade and almost half of 12th grade.
Yeah.
So in
Then they
11th and
have
12th, they
childhood and
practice.
foundation is gone, amma.
No, in 11th and 12th, they just practice. In 10th only, they'll finish off 11th. Before 10th only, they'll finish 11th and 12th.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. They lose their childhood. Every class, every kid has their own capacity to understand things.
From
Parents
when they
don't
become like
understand.
one zombie,
Huh?
when they become like a zombie,
Yeah.
24/7, they'll be like,
If the whole point is if your kid has that brain to understand, then put them in. If they don't force them and simply make them learn. Okay. Is this doubt clear now?
hmm,
Cool. Mm. Yeah. So as you said, they are non-superimposable.
hmm.
Okay. But if you rotate them again, then they are superimposable.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, Now, yeah. So this is the mirror image, the image that we just discussed right now,
Hmm.
D and L. That's about triosis. Okay. Now we
Hmm.
come to tetrosis. Tetrosis
Erythros.
example is erythros.
Oh, D erythros, L erythros again.
Yeah. Okay. Erythros. Then 5 is ribose and deoxyribose.
Hmm.
And hexose will be your uh, okay, yes. Again, what is the difference between ribose and
Two
deoxyribose?
oxygen on second carbon atom.
So basically, if you see, there is no, in the second carbon, there is no OH
This is
in the
HN.
case of deoxyribose.
Hmm.
Okay, and that's the reason why deoxyribose is more stable than that of your ribose.
Ribose.
That's why DNA is made up of deoxyribose. Okay, so till now, what are the examples we learned?
Glyceraldehyde, erythros, ribose, deoxyribose,
Glyceraldehyde is for
Ramos, Ramos, and that's all.
glyceraldehyde is for
Triose.
which
Erythros is
one? Triosis.
glyceraldehyde is for triose. Erythros is for tetros.
Hmm.
For hexose, it is this thing, ribose and deoxyribose. For pentose,
Pentose.
we haven't learned for. Oh, sorry. For pentose, it is ribose and deoxyribose. For hexose, we haven't learned.
Fructose and glucose are hexose.
Yeah, 6.
And you also learned about D and L rotatory.
Already.
Okay. Then
But more than these straight chains, no, those cyclic chains only confuse so much.
what?
Like if I draw like a carbohydrate straight chain,
Hmm.
it's much easier than drawing it in like cyclic chain. The cyclic chain
Cycle is also
confuses,
easy only, no?
it confuses like too much.
Is it?
Yeah, like see, this is more confusing than you just drawing a straight chain carbon.
I don't know why. For me, this is much more easier.
For me, straight chain, man, fast you can do.
Hey, just draw a pentagon. This structure is actually important for you when you're studying about nucleic acids
Mm,
because it is okay. Just draw a pentagon. You
mm.
know how to draw a pentagon, no?
Um,
Ah,
Artist I am.
yeah. Then just put on the top one O. And then what you have to, all that you have to do is whatever OH and H you're using, okay, that alone you have to write it here. Whatever you're writing in the straight chain, the same OH H only you're writing it. Okay. And since there like in you are having O, there are only 4 carbons. The 5th carbon is attached to the 4th carbon. Okay. And when the bond formation happens,
Mm,
this 5th carbon is there, no?
mm,
That is where your phosphate will join.
mm.
Okay, and that is how the nucleotide is formed. Okay, yes, again same way, even glucose and fructose, I mean glucose also has L glucose and D glucose.
Mm.
Okay, uh, then yes, what is the difference between glucose and fructose? Already we learned, they both are same chemical
Glucose is
formula.
glucose is aldose, fructose is ketose.
Yes, they are called as isomers.
Mm,
Even galactose is a hexose.
mm.
Okay, so till now, what are the different monosaccharides you learned?
Monosaccharides. Glyceraldehyde, erythros, ribose, deoxyribose, glucose, galactose, fructose.
Very good. Rhamnose also.
Rhamnose.
Okay, and rhamnose is a
Exception. It doesn't follow this thing.
yes, and it is a pentose.
Pentose.
Cool. Now we come to reducing and non-reducing sugars. Okay.
In the exam, by any chance, will they give one of these structures and ask me which one it is?
These structures are given in your textbook, so they might ask you.
So first I have to count the carbon atom, then hydrogen, then oxygen, write the formula, then get to know what it is.
Yeah. See, again, there is a thing that you need to remember. Glucose, galactose, all these things in ring form, if they give, it will be a little confusing, no?
Ma'am,
They
I can just do this, no, ma'am. First, I just need to count the number of carbon atoms.
Mm.
And then I can find in the options which is the pentose, which is I can easily get to know if it's like if I learn about all the structures, then I'll know which is pentose, which is hexose and all that. If carbon atom is 6, only 2 are like more than 6, like hexose and all that. I can just count hydrogen then and then find out which is it.
Yeah, but then again, if it is a fructose or a glucose, both are hexose, no?
Correct answer.
That time, how will you find out?
Hydrogen and this thing.
There are few structural differences, minute structural differences.
But same formula, no? Isomers there.
Yeah, so you can find it out easily.
So they might confuse me with glucose and fructose because they're isomers.
Yeah, and only with the structures given in your textbook. Extra, they won't ask you, don't worry. Okay, fine. So now we come to this reducing and non-reducing sugar. So when we talk about reducing and non-reducing sugar, there are actually like different ways by which you can tell a sugar is reducing or non-reducing.
Oh yeah, this I've learned in chemistry there, that Benedict, the thing you've written in speaker notes.
So basically,
Chemistry.
you would have used this Benedict's reagent, a blue color solution in
Yeah,
your
chemistry lab.
chemistry lab. Yes. Okay. So basically what happens is that this reducing sugar will have a aldehyde or a ketone group that is present.
Mm.
Okay. If there is no aldehyde or ketone group which is free, then it is called as non-reducing sugar.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. This is one definition. Another definition is with a OH.
Tollens reagent and Felling's reagent, that chemistry lab experiment we have done.
Correct. Yeah. But here we are going to focus only on Benedict solution.
They reduce Benedict solution. So then they
Yeah,
are
the cupric ions in the Benedict solution.
glucose and lactose, no?
Yeah. So we'll see what it is. Okay, there was an experiment that was there. So when we add to the glucose, okay, like equal amount of Benedict solution and heat it in this one,
brick red
it will
precipitate.
change to red, brick red.
Yeah,
Yes.
this is the
This is
experiment we
because
have. What?
why is it? Because it's getting reduced.
Because of the presence of aldehyde or ketone group.
Yes, and the cupric ions in the
In the
Benedict
Benedict solution,
solution.
they get reduced.
Yeah, Benedict solution is actually what? Copper,
Copper sulfate or something. Yeah,
ferrous sulfate.
copper ferrous sulfate.
Okay, what's the answer to this?
Reducing sugar must have either aldehyde or ketone group.
Both?
Not both. Either aldehyde or ketone group.
Very good. Now we come to the next thing, that is disaccharides. Okay, so 2 units is basically the disaccharide. Okay, so what will happen is the water will be removed and there will be a bond formed like
There will be a bond.
yeah. So what are the different disaccharides? Sucrose, maltose, lactose.
Ma'am, sucrose is in exam they won't ask sucrose is a combination of which two monosaccharides.
Correct. Yes, we're going to do that right now.
Oh.
Sucrose is glucose plus fructose.
Same as the digestion chapter. In that there was a combination thing given, no?
Correct. Yes.
Galactose is equal to this plus this.
Yeah. So you last time in chemistry they asked this question, but they asked it using the structures. They did not ask like glucose plus fructose how it is. They asked with the structure. So you need to know it. Okay. So glucose plus fructose is sucrose. Sucrose is the only non-reducing sugar. Okay. Now it's also known as a cane sugar or table sugar. The one that you eat, no normal sugar. That is sucrose. Now when we come to maltose, maltose is glucose plus glucose. Okay, it is so the only non-reducing sugar is sucrose. The rest all, whatever sugar that you're going to learn, disaccharide, it is reducing in nature.
Reducing sugar.
Okay, so glucose plus glucose is maltose. Glucose plus fructose is sucrose.
Sucrose.
Glucose plus galactose is lactose.
Lactose. Ma'am,
Okay,
glucose plus glucose, maltose, glucose, galactose, lactose, glucose, fructose, sucrose.
sucrose. Okay, now when you talk about lactose, glucose plus galactose. Yeah, and you can find them in milk.
Mm.
Okay, so till now, what are the different disaccharides we discussed?
Ma'am, sucrose, lactose,
Mm,
maltose.
maltose. Out of which, what all are present in what all? Sucrose is what?
Sucrose
What
is
sugar?
glucose plus fructose,
What sugar it is?
cane sugar,
Or
and
also known as
but table sugar.
then
Then we
fructose.
learned about maltose. Maltose is glucose plus glucose
Mm.
obtained from barley.
It's called malt sugar.
It is obtained from barley or malted
Barley,
cereal.
yes. Okay.
And then lactose is glucose plus galactose found in milk products.
Milk sugar. So you should know the other
And
term also.
this thing is the only reducing sugar. Sucrose is the only reducing sugar.
Mm.
Sucrose.
So the regular sugar is sucrose. Okay. Which of the following disaccharide is reducing in nature? What's the answer?
Disaccharides.
Mm.
Maltose, lactose, all of the above. No,
Actually, there's something wrong.
there's
It's not
something wrong. It's
fructose.
not
It's
fructose.
sucrose.
Ma'am, that should be sucrose. Yeah. It should be maltose because fructose is not, it's a monosaccharide.
Mm. Now, again,
Now, ma'am,
uh,
again, there is all of the,
this
no,
mistake.
sucrose is not a reducing sugar.
Yeah, it should be either maltose and it should be
Ma'am, change
maltose
of
and
the
lactose.
question only, no, which of the following is non-reducing in nature?
Should be both A and
Or reduce, change of the question, non-reducing.
both A and that also I can do. Both A and B. Okay. Sucrose, and the answer is both
Both A and
A and B. Okay. Now, then we go to oligosaccharides. What did I say about oligosaccharide?
3 to 10.
3 to 10. And the linkage between two carbohydrates is called as glycosidic linkage.
Glycosidic linkage, yeah.
Okay. And examples for your oligosaccharides are raffinose and stachyose.
Raffinose is glucose plus galactose plus fructose.
Yeah. Even if you don't remember the splitting, at least remember the main name. What are
Hmm.
the different oligosaccharides?
Hmm.
Raffinose and
Raffinose and stachyose.
stachyose. Okay. So
Hmm.
raffinose will be made up of 3 and stachyose is made up of 4.
4.
Okay. Raffinose is something you can find in the vegetables like beans, cabbage, and all. And stachyose also occurs in many vegetables. Is this clear? We're almost done there. Okay. Last but not the least, polysaccharides. Okay. So polysaccharides, till now, whatever we discussed, that is your disaccharides, oligosaccharide, monosaccharide, all come in the acid soluble pool. That means they are biomicromolecules.
Oh yeah, this we learned first part of the chapter.
Polysaccharides are biomacromolecules.
Macromolecules.
They're large in size, more than 1000 Daltons. Yeah. So there are various types of polysaccharides actually present. So like we need to learn few of them in their structures in detail. Okay. First of all, polysaccharides can be homo or heteropolysaccharides. Homo means they will be made up of same, like, for example, let us take starch or cellulose. It's made up of like glucose. So, like repeating units of glucose. So they're homopolysaccharides. Heteropolysaccharides means they have like different units of monosaccharides. Okay. So first let us see like homopolysaccharide. Okay. So homopolysaccharide can be again, it can be branched or unbranched. The
So
structure.
homo same group, hetero is different group. Inside homo branched, and branch is like multiple branches. Unbranched is straight chain.
Yes. So as I said, homopolysaccharides, example are cellulose, chitin, glycogen, inulin. It's not insulin, it's inulin. Everyone makes a mistake. They asked, inulin is what? Carbohydrate, protein, amino acids, I mean, whatever it is. Everyone marked as protein because they confuse it with insulin. Inulin is a carbohydrate. Don't forget. So, what are the different types of homopolysaccharides? Examples?
Cellulose, chitin, starch, inulin, glycogen.
Okay. All are made up of like single, like same repetitive units, no different units. And based on what they do, you can call it as structural or storage. Like glycogen is the storage form of glucose in our body. Same way, starch is a storage form in the plants. Inulin is also a storage polysaccharide. Okay. Cellulose is found in the cell wall. Chitin is also found in the cell wall. So they are related to structure. Therefore, they are called as structural polysaccharide. Okay. See, we learned a lot of names today. That's why I'm going slow and asking you to repeat again and again. Okay. Fine. So now, this is also important. What is chitin made up of? Chitin is made up of N-acetyl-glucosamine. What is it?
N-acetyl-glucosamine.
Keep repeating 2-3 times.
N-acetyl-glucosamine.
What is N-acetyl-glucosamine?
It is the structural part of chitin. Like Paul, it is what that makes up chitin.
It's a monomer of protein. Sorry, chitin. Okay. So it is made up of repeated units of N-acetyl-glucosamine. That's why I'm again repeating it. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
When we talk about starch, starch is a polymer. As I said, it's a polymer of glucose. It's made up of repeated units of glucose. Okay. It consists of two things. One is amylose and amylopectin.
Starch.
Yeah. Okay. So starch consists of amylose and amylopectin. So this is how it looks. One is amylo and another is amylopectin and another is amylose. Okay.
That's so complicated.
Yeah. This and all is not very important. What you need to remember is the names alone.
Yes.
Okay? Yeah. So okay, starch test. I think you know this blue-black test, no? Iodine test. So if you pour iodine into a starch, it will turn it blue-black.
Blue-black for potato. We have done in childhood.
Yeah, exactly. So that is the iodine test.
But we have done it to leaf, no? Not potato.
No, potato only generally we do.
Oh, something we do to leaf, no? Some dye we put on leaf.
I'm not sure what experiment. Leaf also we will do to find out whether photosynthesis has happened or not. Okay. Then we have is the glycogen. We are almost done. So glycogen is also a polymer of
glucose.
Okay.
What is that, ma'am? That looks like full complicated webs.
The same amylopectin and amylose only. Okay. Basically the structural differences. That's it. Next we come to inulin. Inulin is a polymer of fructose. You can find it in all these roots, the hilea, dandelion and all. And this is something that cannot be metabolized by our body. No enzyme to digest inulin. So the two homopolysaccharides which are a polymer of glucose are?
Polymer of glucose. The previous one, inulin.
Starch and cellulose.
Starch and cellulose.
Starch and cellulose. சொன்னா அப்படியே சொல்ல வேண்டியது. Starch and glycogen தானே?
Ma'am, wait, ma'am. I remember chitin is made up of N-acetyl-glucosamine.
Very good.
Correct. Chitin is a polymer of not
N-acetyl-glucosamine.
That's all over. After chitin, starch. Starch is potato iodine experiment, all that we learned. Then we learned it is a polymer of glucose. Over. Then inulin is a polymer of galactose or fructose. Fructose. Inulin also over. Glucagon is a polymer of glucose.
Glycogen is a polymer.
Glycogen is a polymer of glucose. So glycogen and starch are polymers of
not reducing sugar.
Non-reducing sugar is sucrose.
Okay. So heteropolysaccharides means they are made up of different units.
Oh, agarose,
Agar agar and peptidoglycan.
Hmm.
So when you talk about peptidoglycan, they're made up of NAG and NAM.
Hmm.
When I say NAG, it's the N-acetyl glucosamine. We saw this name somewhere else.
Hmm.
Where was it?
It is the polymer of chitin,
The
structural polymer.
monomer of chitin.
Structural monomer of chitin.
But in this case, in the case of peptidoglycan, it has both NAG as well as NAM.
Hmm.
N-acetyl glucosamine, N-acetyl muramic acid. Please don't forget this. These names are important. Are you even paying attention?
Ma'am, what?
See, that's what you didn't listen. Where were you listening?
N-acetyl glucosamine, N-acetyl muramic acid. You told please don't forget the names, they're very important.
Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. Agar agar is obtained from Gelidium and Gracelaria.
Hmm.
Basically algae, red algae,
Hmm.
also
Hmm.
known as Rhodophyceae. We will
Oh
be
yeah,
learning.
agarose my favorite experiment.
Uh, this is something we will be learning in Animal Kingdom chapter also. No, not Animal
Ma'am,
Kingdom.
do you have any idea what I should do for my bio project for class 12th?
What did I do for my bio project for class 12?
Something
I,
I don't need to do anything. I just need to like make it and give it off. I don't know how to do the experiment and all.
I did a survey based project.
I did chocolate analysis and I fabricated the entire experiment.
Very nice.
Like I did the entire chocolate analysis because it can be used in chemistry and biology. So one experiment I need to make two copies and give. So the experiments I've taken test tube pictures that look exactly like it's taken at my house, and I'll tell them I've done it at home.
Ayyo, என்னால முடியல. So this I think you will be able to do. Tell me what are the different heteropolysaccharides?
Peptidoglycan agar,
Okay, and rest all are
starch, glycogen, chitin are this thing homopolysaccharides.
under homopolysaccharide. They come under the classification called as. There were two classification under homopolysaccharides. No, one was structural and another was this one storage.
Oh, chitin is storage,
Mm,
starch is structural,
mm.
glycogen is also structural. No, glycogen is storage.
Glycogen is storage, starch is storage, cellulose and chitin are structural.
Okay. So I
What are
don't need that.
what is peptidoglycan made up of?
What?
What are the it's a heteropolysaccharide. No. What is it
It is
made
made
up
up
of?
of NAM and NAD.
NAG and
N-acetyl
NAM. What are the full form of NAG and
glucosamine
NAM?
and N-acetyl muramic acid.
Okay, very good. Good. So today, one, please do not forget. Wait. File. Download. PDF. Mm, If I send you as a PDF, only the this one will come. No, the bottom notes won't come, right? Uh,
Mhm.
but I but I can't help it.
Ma'am, like the bottom notes aren't that important. Means okay, then no problem.
Bottom notes, few slides they are important. Okay, anyway, so it's downloading. I'll send it to you as soon as it's done. Okay. Now, our next class we will start with the next topic.
Next class, you ask me any question from what you've thought till now, I will answer it correctly.
Let us see. Tomorrow, no?
Oh yeah, tomorrow only, no next class. Yes, ma'am.
Let us see. Yeah. Okay. Bye bye.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye, ma'am.